Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey.
So when I was like 12, right, we got this beagle, and my mother decided to name it Burke, which Burke's my last name, Last Chance for Victory, which was like a reference to this was the last chance this family had of obtaining a pet before me and my sister left the nest. So we got this beagle, and it was going down the path of all the other pets. We had chinchillas and goldfish and other dogs and cats and hamsters. And the first 2 years are great, and then it just, around year 3 or 4, it just starts tapering off, you know? So my dad comes home from work, and this dog is barking like beagles howl. Have you ever heard a hound dog that like howl? And it's in the backyard rolling on a dead bat. And that was it. That was the straw that broke the camel's back. That was last chance got evicted. And as a teenage child, part of my responsibility of knowing that it was my fault that this happened was you had to ride to the pound in the car with the parent and the dog, and like the parent wants to kill the dog. So like they don't give a fuck. You're like, I get it. I knew this was gonna happen, but like you don't want it to happen. So you just ride silently and you drop it off. So fast forward about 6 years, right? And my grandfather had passed, my grandmother was living in their trailer, she was getting too old to really take care of herself, and she had these 2 older Yorkies. The oldest one was named Katie, the other one I think was Sophie or something like that. Susie. And so we go over to visit her, and Katie comes like haggard over to my dad sitting in the chair, and he goes to just give it like a little head on the head, and his nose falls off. It's so on everything, but the nose on the ground, and the dog's looking at him with no nose on the ground. Everyone but Grandma notices. So they're like looking at each other and the dog, and like Grandma, she's talking, and everyone just can't even. Yeah, Grandpa died. It's awful. So my dad does what like the eldest son I think has to do, and he made a phone call outside and picked up both dogs. I think the plan was to take Katie to be euthanized and Susie to go to the pound. I guess the vet was just running like a 2-for-1. And they just took both of them. Yeah, they euthanized both those dogs. And so my dad, we go back over. My grandma's upset, so my dad feeling bad. I think next day, remorse. He tells her like, we'll go down to the pound and look for a dog, maybe something will work. So we get in the car, and he's like, all right, Wednesday we're gonna go. And I'm like, I'm old enough to know like we're not bringing a dog back to Grandma. Like, Grandma can't take it. So like, why are we going? He's like, listen, Grandma's the only one that knows she's getting ready to go home. And so right now we got to make everything look we don't want to get suspicious. So we're going to go to the pound. So when we tell her we went to the pound, it's legit. And so, all right. So we go down, we're looking around, and I turn around and I make eye contact with this fat eagle. And there's like that moment, like a girlfriend from long ago, an old friend that like something's familiar. We go like, why do I know that dog? So I walk over and I'm like, they got like a sign on the thing. I'm looking at it and I'm reading the sign, and the name of the dog is Last Chance. It's a Vienna sausage that has to wear like dog diapers because it's lost the ability to regulate its bladder. And so I see this, I look at my dad. So he comes over, and as he's reading it, and I'm watching him put this all together, the dog starts freaking out. Because I think it put together on the other side, like, I know these dudes. They brought me here years ago. And yeah, there was not even a conversation. Like for a second I thought like maybe this will be Chance's last chance. We'll take her home, she can die. Nope, we ran. My dad grabbed me and out the door we went. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm still suffering bad karma from that today. I don't think God favored it. It's good when you just like leave the poor dog to die. But yeah, yeah, that's that story. Oh, real quick. So I was at work the other day, right? And on my lunch break, I sit there and I just search through TikTok and Instagram to like escape the reality of where I'm at. And so at the end of my government regulated break, the last video I watched is this guy who is in a crop top, Daisy Dukes, and we'll say like 8-inch stiletto heels, in some type of gay gathering, very festive. He's letting glitter just go, baby. And like, from my perspective, this is probably his first outing. He just seemed very excited, very fabulous. So I was like, all right, cool, good day to go back to work. I mean, he's happy, I'm not, that's the world. And so I go back into work, I'm a fry cook, and I toss the fries in the dispensing area. Then we have this like weird little ray gun yellow thing that you dispense the salt with, right? And you gotta like grab by the handle, and you flick it, and then you dispense it. And while I'm dispensing it, I'm like watching the salt like twinkle in the light. It's got like a heating light, and it's like dusting these fries with like flavor and hypertension. And I'm like, I think this is the closest I'll ever get to feeling the excitement and just fabulousness that man felt throwing glitter at that gay celebration that day. But yeah, that's it for me, guys. My name is Chris.